you joined the band a couple of years ago. Um, you go and whip out this album. It goes absolute gangbusters. You're going to all the world in it. You've just finished doing a whole bunch of festivals. You've got more festivals to do. Then you have Australia. Um, what a wild ride, man. How are you comprehending it all?
Um, I suppose I'm not. Like a be a good way of because obviously I'd I'm lucky enough to work in music anyway. So I'd kind of resign myself. I'm into my 30s. I get to do music, and I'm very fortunate to be able to do that. And it were only at that point, obviously, Dawson asked me to fill in for those Berry gigs that ended up becoming where we are now. Um, so I had Yeah, it's all been a little bit surreal to be honest. Like the first gig being Slam Dunk when I don't know if I could. You might have to bleep it out. I shit myself. I don't think I've ever been so scared of a gig in my life. Um, and then the first festival summer were all just like shows beyond anything that I thought I'd ever do. So it's all been like this trial by fire. If it was going to fail, it was going to fail really early on
Yeah,
all these like for life. So I was like really high pressure gigs, and I suppose they all are high pressure because you care about it and you want it to be the best it can be. Um, but yeah, I don't think I've ever really properly been able to comprehend it. So I've just focused on, all right, we've got an album to write, we've finished that, we've got a tour, we've got, I've got still got my normal writing stuff outside of this as well. So it's just been a case of doing the thing. Um, and occasionally I think I get like a minute to sit back and be like, what's going on?
mm,
Like as a thing. But that seems to be quite few and far between, which I think I'm probably quite thankful for, to be honest.
yeah.
So it's just I just try and focus on doing the thing, doing it as best I can, and obviously one and as best we can in the whole, and then just kind of it's nice to see how it's received when we're out doing gigs and like talking to fans and talking to people and for it to have that perception like you said that the album were like the kind of went out as it did. I'm like, that's sick because that's not something that in an insular kind of in our camp we don't always see what the outward perception is.
Yeah.
So it's very nice. It's nice to get those little moments. That's almost like a glimpse into how it seems like it's going on the outside. So
Well, the album came out, what, 16 months ago? So March last year.
yeah,
And to still be touring it and continue to tour it, it's not like back in the early 90s when Guns N' Roses would disappear for 3.5 years touring an album. Bands don't tour as heavy as what you guys have, that you're still able to push that along there. I mean, that must make you feel proud watching or feeling that growth that people are still going, hey, can you do a tour here? Can you do a tour here?
oh wait, yeah, we love it. Like I cannot wait to come back to Australia. That were like the best tour, and to come back with Make Them Suffer, it's like yeah, it's great. I'm not looking forward to the flight. I don't like flying, but
Yeah.
I'm really looking forward to being there. But yeah, to be able to come back and to do that, and to speak with you about it, and we've got like one Japanese show to put on the end of the Australian tour, and like Japan's a dream for me.
Yeah.
So, um, yeah, it is mad. It's making me realize how mad it is when you're talking about it. So
It is.
it's so
But
yeah, it's yeah, very fortunate.
I mean, I mean, obviously, you came in and you've replaced someone else as the clean vocals in there. I mean, how much pressure did you feel? One, doing the album, and then two, when you first got out on stage there and you got these fans looking at you going, well, bring it, you know?
Yeah, an insane amount of pressure. Like I don't think I've ever been as nervous for like a gig in my life, and to have like just doing the slam dunk and then the shows like and the end of it were like that was a lot of pressure, a lot of it that I put on myself because the lads in the band are sick. Like they
Mm.
were super supportive. They're like, don't try and sound like him, just do your thing. And I'm like, cool. Because obviously your first thing is like, well, I'm singing somebody else's songs here.
Yeah.
How do I do that justice? And kind of beyond you know, it's been overwhelmingly positive, and you know, the internet, you know, there's always comparison, and there's always like, oh, we miss the old vocalist, we miss, and that's fine. Like, there's a lot of records where where he's on it, and that music will live forever, and you know that it's such a big part of the band's history and their growth. I just hope that like when we do those tracks, we do them justice,
Mhm.
and um, for people to be as accepting as they have been with the new stuff. Like I'm just very grateful for it. Like I've got no expectation from this point. But it's just great to be able to keep making music and to have the support of that fan base. Um, yeah, it's very cool. I think there will always be that comparison, and that's fine. That's totally out of our control. But we'll just carry on making the best music we can, and yeah, let's see what happens. Just take it as far as we can.
Well, you'll make it your own with every release that you guys do. You'll make it your own then journey rather
Yeah,
than the past. I think you already kind of answered this question, so I might skim through it a little bit. But do you feel that you're really settled in the band now, like, or they still treat you like Jason Newsted in Metallica for all them years?
no, they have. I definitely. I feel like, and I think speak for me and Ed with this. Like we've always been made to feel like we're part of it. Any not feeling a part of it is definitely me with the imposter syndrome, like feeling like the new kid, like and that is purely in that situation. That's always purely down to me. Like they've been like, right, we're in. This is 6 ways. Like everything's even. Everybody's got a say. Everybody's got an opinion. No one opinion is more or less valid than the other. Everything just serves the betterment of the band or the betterment of the music or the betterment of whatever. So yeah, it's been very supportive. It's cool. It's cool.
That's good. They sound like not bad lads for Southerners, which is saying something. Just get that
That
in
is, I
there.
love that.
Don't tell him I said that though. All right, so obviously they're coming to Australia with Make Them Suffer, and you'll go with them around the UK as well with Thornhill. What can it's a standard question, but what can we expect from Bury Tomorrow show when you get here?
Oh well, no fire this time, which we'd take fire everywhere if we could now. But just energy, crowd participation. Like we've got a limited amount of time that we're going to fit as much as we can into it, and you know, like just warm the crowd up for Make Them Suffer. Like their energy is so good on stage
Hmm.
that like, and it's that whole thing as well. Is like because they go so hard, it's like, well, we've got to go that hard as well. So it's almost like you just raise each other up. So it's yeah, we will we'll bring it. I think
Right.
that's about as much as I can say. Yeah.
And of course, like you said, there's going to be like a football thing. This is like the away leg for you, and then at the end of the year, it's going to be the home leg when Make Them Suffer go and support you, right? And then that's your opportunity to like boom on them.
Oh, definitely not in a competitive manner at all. I think it's doing the shows out with them in the summer. It was just like felt instantly comfortable, like just having a laugh, just like really, really fucking good people.
Yeah.
Sick band. For us, it almost feels like we're just sharing this like world tour in a way. We've got to do like a good chunk of Europe with them. Like we get to come over and kind of hang out with them and do be a part of their growth in Australia, and then for us to be able to like bring them over and do what will be our biggest headline shows and to have them along with us is just sick. It just feels like it's not it's like this. It feels like the metalcore community is kind of like going up like this at the minute,
Mm.
and for us to be kind of doing it with other bands around that we genuinely love as bands, and then all the sick people as well. It's a very wholesome thing, and it's really good to be a part of.
Excellent. I haven't got long left, and I'm wary of your schedule, so I will ask a question about the future. Um, Again, once this, Mammoth Metallica 4-year tour finishes, like, are we going to go back in the studio? Is it already music being fermented?
Um, I don't know what I'm allowed to talk about. What I can say is that this is not my studio.
Hey.
So, so that's just like a little alluding. Stuff's happening. Stuff's happening. So we're gonna it'll not be long.
Stay tuned, folks. All right. Well, look, I will let you go because I do know you're a busy man. And look, thank you very much for your time. And I'll see you guys when you get here in September.
Mate, look forward to it. Enjoy Dayseeker. Lovely to meet you.
Likewise. Thanks, Tom. See ya.
Cheers, dude.